Hello boys and girls, this is Sachin sir, welcomes you to Max World. So today we are gonna learn with some basic concept of parallel lines. Presently in front of you, there is one plane, name of the plane is H, and I'm gonna consider two lines inside that plane. First one is line A and line B below to it. And the moment you observe these lines, what special feature you can notice in these lines? Though you increase the length of these lines, they are not gonna intersect each other, and this is what makes them special. Okay, so two lines in the same plane which will never intersect each other are called as parallel lines. And there are many examples of these parallel lines, starting with opposite edges of the mobile you are holding, opposite edges of the notebook, and wires on the electric poles. Moreover, zebra crossing on the road are the example of parallel lines. So let's move on to the next concept, that is transversal. Transversal is the old concept for you all, right? What we have learnt is a line intersecting two other lines at two different points. It's called as transversal. So over here, consider two lines, line A and line B, which are in front of you, and consider one more line, third line, there is line C, intersecting A and B at point R and at point Q, right? So as C is intersecting these two lines at two different points, we can say line C is a transversal, and here is a definition for you. A line that intersects two other lines at different points is called as transversal. And as you have understood the concept of transversal and revised it also, as we have revised our concept of transversal, let's try one activity, guys. Here I am with one diagram. The diagram will consist 3 to 4 lines, and I will give you the names of line, and you have to find out the transversal that intersecting those two lines. Okay, the diagram is in front of you. The name of the lines and the transversal you have to write in the column, right? So observe the diagram very carefully, and the first question is A and B. Suppose you can see line A and B, right? That line A and B is intersecting. It's intersected by C and D, both the lines, right? So C and D, both the lines will be transversal for it. The second question is A and C. If you observe very carefully, you will come to know A and C is intersected by line D, and that is why line D is the transversal for A and C, right? So two sums are done by me. For A and B, we said C and D are the transversal. Now for the remaining two, you have to try, right? And I guess so you definitely will get the correct answer, correct? So waiting for your answer in the comment section below, right? If you have any difficulty, you can ask me in the comment section, no problem, guys. Now next one, we'll try to understand what are the types of angles when two lines are intersecting each other, right? You are already familiar with these two names, vertically opposite angles and linear pair, right? Do you remember it? I guess so. Presently consider two lines intersecting each other, right? And always remember to give the numbers to the angle the way I'm giving in the diagram. Angle number 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? And if you observe angle number 1 and 3, they are exactly opposite to each other, and they do not have any common arm. I repeat, they do not have any common arm. They just have one vertex as a common part, right? And that is why they are vertically opposite angles. And same goes with angle number 4 and angle number 2, right? So angle number 4 and 2 also, they have only one vertex as a common part. That is why they are also vertically opposite angles. Now let's try to find out. Okay, hashtag for you guys. Vertically opposite angles are always congruent to each other, means their measures are same. Now let's move on with the linear pair. Two angles which are hint to identify the linear pair. Two angles which are on a straight line can be considered as a linear pair, and linear pair, they always share one common arm between them. So observe the diagram, you can see the red line. So angle number 2 and 3 on one side can be considered as a linear pair because they have one common arm between them, and they have one straight line as a base of it, right? Same goes here, 2 and 3, right? And same happens with angle number 1 and 2 also. If you observe, they have a straight line as a common base, that is black line, right? And they share red line as a common arm. Same goes with 1 and 4 also, right? So 2 and 3, 2 and 1, 1 and 4 are nothing but the linear pair. Now why don't you try one thing? You have to write linear pair of angle number 4 There will be two answers. I'm waiting for your answers in the comment section below. Now let's move on, guys. Types. Let's find types of angles formed on the transversal now. Okay, there are three main types of angles formed on the transversal. Very first of them is corresponding angle. Second one is interior angle, right? Interior angle means most probably these angles formed in between the lines. And third one is alternate angles. These alternate angles are further divided into again two parts. First one is interior alternate angles, another one is exterior alternate angles. The word interior suggests us that these alternate angles will be there in between two lines. Keep it in mind, in between two lines. Okay, so let's try to understand how to find these angles in the diagram. So presently over here a diagram is given, and try to memorize the numbering that I gave over here, clockwise direction, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and we are going to try to find out corresponding angles with the help of these numbers. Always keep it in mind, the angles with the same number, angles with the same numbers are nothing but the corresponding angles. Angle number 1 at the top, angle number 1 at the bottom, right? These two are the corresponding angles, and same goes with angle number 3. Angle number 3 at the top on the line A, and angle number 3 at the bottom with the on the line B, right? These two are again corresponding angles, and same goes with angle number 4 4 and then angle number 2 2 also. So there are in all 4 pairs of corresponding angles, and what you have to remember, they always form on the same side of the transversal. I hope I made it very clear to you. Now second thing we will try to understand is interior angles. Again the diagram is made, numbering is given, and do not forget the pattern of the numbering, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 in the clockwise sense. And to find the interior angles we have to draw letter C in between the lines. Try to write letter C in between the lines, and the corners which we find above and bottom of the C are nothing but the interior angles. Let's see over here. See, I have drawn letter C, right? And which other corners I got? One is angle number 3, another one is angle number 4. So angle number 3 and 4 are nothing but the interior angles which are formed in between the lines, and same goes with 1 and 2. Again 1 and 2 in the corners, letter C is drawn, and they are in between two lines, right? Now again third one is alternate angles, and let's try to find it out. Numbering pattern will remain same and lines are same, right? So to find the interior alternate angle, I repeat again, interior alternate angles, we have to draw letter Z in the diagram and see how the letter Z is drawn. I hope it will be very easy for you to draw it in the question. Okay, so over here in the corner we got 3 and angle number 1. So angle number 3 and angle number 1, which are on the opposite side of the transversal, are alternate angles, and same letter Z can be drawn in the mirror image, and angle number 2 and angle number 4 will be considered, we have to consider as alternate angles, that two interior alternate angles, right? I hope I made it very clear to you. Alternate angles are the angles which usually form on the opposite side of the transversal. Do not forget it. Now last part of the alternate angle is exterior alternate angles. So check out over here in the diagram, I have marked left bottom part, and now another one is right top. So right top and left bottom are nothing but the exterior alternate angles, and over here right bottom and left top, I repeat, right bottom and the left top are nothing but the again exterior alternate angles. So exterior angles are formed outside the lines. Now this is activity time, guys. So we have learned how to identify the corresponding angle, interior angle and alternate angles. Let's solve some questions over here now. A diagram is in front of you. Question is, write the corresponding angles of angle AGK and HKI. So for the corresponding angle, the pattern is we need to write the numbers, right? So 1 2 1 2 is given, and if you check AGK, the number of AGK is number 2, and so number 2 at the bottom is nothing but CKH, and hence the answer is written CKH. You can go ahead by writing all numbers, but I knew it, AGK is at number 2, so I stopped at 2. Now we are going to write the interior angle of angle AGK. For angle AGK, to write interior angles, we have to draw letter C, and when we draw letter C, we get angle number 2 with angle number 1, and that is GKC, right? So in this pattern, You have to write the remaining angles, and now question number 3 is completely for you. Write the exterior alternate angle for the angle SGA, and for that you have to say right top and left bottom. As we have learnt the angles formed on the transversal and the ways to identify them in the diagram, let's try to understand some extra properties of these angles when transversal intersect two parallel lines. Very first of them is when transversal intersect two parallel lines, at that time corresponding angles formed on it becomes congruent. Okay, after that same goes with the alternate angles, means whenever transversal intersect two parallel lines, whichever the alternate angles are there, interior or exterior, they become congruent. And third property is about the interior angles, which says if transversal intersect two parallel lines, then interior angles formed on the transversal become supplementary. And boys and girls, this third property, that is interior angle becomes supplementary. That means whenever you add these two angles, which angles? Interior angles. Okay, your sum must come or will come 180 degree. Okay, so this property will be considered as a base property. Keep it in mind, interior angles are supplementary. This property is considered as base property to prove two lines parallel. Okay, so here on we are gonna solve two theorems in which if we are able to prove interior angles are supplementary, then ultimately we are able to prove two lines are parallel. Okay, so let's begin with it. Here, the way I told you, our first theorem is corresponding angle theorem, and the statement says that the corresponding angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measures. And if I remember, in the first lesson you already have studied that how to extract the information part and understand what to prove from the given statement, right? So from this statement we can say a transversal is given, two lines are parallel, correct? This is the given part, and what I need to prove, the corresponding angles in that on that transversal are of equal measures. So let's consider first of all two parallel lines, right? So over here these are the two parallel lines and transversal of it, right? So after considering this part, we have to consider corresponding angles also, right? So consider corresponding angle as A and B. And if I remember, I taught you before, if you are not able to understand where are the corresponding angles, then we have to number it. So number 1 over here, 1 here, right? 2 over here, 2 over here, 3 over here, 3 over here, and the blank part is number 4, number 4. That is the angle A and B that I have chosen. This is the way you have to go on numbering, so and choose any two same numbers so that those will be the corresponding angles. This is what we have learned previously, right? So moving on, we have to name the lines also. So over here presently we have YZ as parallel line and X is our transversal. So for any theorem to begin with, after drawing the diagram, you must write given part, and this given part I already told you how to extract it from the given statement, right? So over here line Y is parallel to line Z, X is a transversal, angle A and B are corresponding angles that we are supposed to prove as equal, right? So that is what that is what we need to prove now. What? A measurement of angle A is congruent to measurement of angle B, since they are corresponding angles, and that is the requirement of the statement. So let's begin our proof. Okay, very first let me clear this. I told you before moment ago, interior angles are supplementary. This property will be considered as a base property. If you are able to prove interior angles are supplementary, then ultimately you are proving two lines are parallel. So if I want to prove, means if two lines are parallel given to you, then ultimately interior angles are supplementary, vice versa of it, right? So over here lines are given parallel to me, then I can say interior angles are supplementary. So choose such an angle from these A and B of which you can find the interior angle. So for angle B, I can see this portion over here can be taken as interior angle, correct or not? And this C, let that angle be C, and that C will be nothing but the linear pair with angle A. right? So means C has relationship with B also and A also, and that is what we needed. The C will act as a bridge, filling the gap between A and B to prove. Okay, so let's move on. While proving it, you will get the more clear idea about it. Okay, so what we have over here presently, angle C we have to consider as shown in the diagram. Angle C is taken. Here you are able to see now, I guess. Now, if you observe the diagram, B and C are interior angles and A and C are linear pair. So, what we can do? We can write angle A and angle C. If we add them, the sum will be 180 because they are linear pair and linear pairs are always supplementary. Second thing what we can write from the diagram is angle C plus angle B. If you add, sum will be 180 degree. Correct? Reason they are the interior angles and there is a property, there is a base property. Correct? And if you observe now 1 and 2, see here, if you observe 1 and 2, what you can see, we can say both the terms equals to 180, and if both are equals to 180, then ultimately C plus A and C plus B are also equal to each other, right? And that is why in the next step what we have done, we have written angle C plus angle A equals to angle C plus angle B, because both the sums equals to 180 degree. Correct? Now if you see, if I shift this angle C towards the next side of the equality, it goes in subtraction, right? Over here already we have one angle C. Correct? Over here already we have one angle C, this angle C and the shifted angle C, which is in negative. So minus C and plus C, our result will be 0, and that is why we are left with only A and B. So we can say, we can cancel angle C, right or not? Yes, of course we can cancel them. So cancel them, strike it out. Angle C and angle C are cancelled, and I told you why are they cancelled by us, right? Because the moment we shift it to the other side, it goes in negative, and one is positive, one is negative, gives you 0. Correct? So we are left with only angle A equals to angle B, and that is what we needed to prove. Correct? That is what our aim, that is what was target, and we have done it. Okay, I guess you have understood it, guys. Now boys and girls, let's try to prove alternate angle theorem using the same base property, interior angles are supplementary. The statement of the theorem is the alternate angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measure. Same, corresponding angles are also equal and alternate angles are also equal. So whatever the extracted part that we require as an information is will remain same. Just instead of corresponding angle, we are going to write alternate angles, right? So here are the two parallel lines, the transversal of them, and we have to consider two alternate angles. And as sir told you how to write alternate angles. Alternate angles you write Z shape, either in this manner or you will write in this manner, right? Any one of them, whatever you feel to you. Now after that angle I chose as A and B, right? And naming of the lines will remain same as that of previous theorem we did. Okay, so given part will remain same. Line Y and line Z are parallel lines and X is a transversal of them. Angle A and B are the alternate angles. Correct? To prove part will remain same like previous one. Angle A is congruent to angle B, that is what we need to prove. Correct? And same, the proof statement again, we have to consider angle C in the diagram in such a way that it will be interior angle of one of them. If I draw C over here, if I draw C over here, then B and corner this angle can be considered as a interior angles. Or if I draw C over here with A, then over here we can consider interior angle. Correct? So any one of them can be chosen. It's up to you what to do and what to not. Okay, if it is clear to you how to do. Now next one is I have taken angle C, which is interior angle of angle B, right? But A and C, if you observe again, they are linear pair in their relationship. Correct? So over here angle C plus angle A equals to 180 because they are linear pair, and 180 means they are supplementary. Correct? Second thing will remain same as that of the previous one. Angle B plus angle C gives you total 180 degree. A reason is the base property, interior angle property. correct, because lines are already given parallel to me. After that, if you observe 1 and 2, same thing guys. If you observe 1 and 2, the total is 180 degrees, so we can say the sums are equal. Angle C plus angle A is equal to angle C plus angle B, because both the sums have equal answer, correct. And then we can strike out angle C, because after shifting C goes in negative, and we are left with only angle A and angle B, and this is what we needed to prove. That means we have proved alternate angles, if you observe the diagram, are congruent to each other whenever lines are given parallel to me. So this is enough guys for today. See ya, take care.